People who use public transport in North Wales, the region I represent, now find themselves in an even more difficult position. As a direct result of Welsh Government's default 20 miles per hour speed limit, bus provider Arriva is having to change every one of their bus services in North Wales, not the few perhaps the Deputy Minister wanted to allude to, due to, as they describe it, challenging operational conditions. Now, these changes include a number of locations in my region which are no longer going to be served by a bus, with one example raised by Darren Miller yesterday being the village of Abergele, and severe reductions for other parts of my region. The Llandudno to Prestatyn service will now operate hourly and will no longer call into places like Llandudno Junction railway station or into Llysfaen. The Bangor to Beaumaris service that has been reduced to operate every 75 minutes. These are significant settlements. Bangor, Llandudno, Prestatyn, tens of thousands of people living in these settlements having their bus services reduced even further. All of this, of course, have a significant negative impact on my constituents, make their lives more difficult. It's going to affect their jobs, their families, their social lives, all because of an unwanted rollout of a 20 miles per hour default speed limit. This, of course, is in stark contrast to the Welsh Government's stated aim of getting people onto public transport. What's been implemented is a policy which actively forces people to not be able to access that public transport and instead increases dependency on cars. Now, Welsh Government has, of course, also been overseeing a long decline of buses in Wales. COVID did hasten the decline of bus passengers, but bus journeys per capita in Wales on the slide way before then. They declined a quarter between 2005 and 2019 and been amongst the slowest to recover post-pandemic. But it's the implementation of the default 20 miles per hour which is pushing them over the edge. And sadly, this whole thing has been predictable. These issues were even raised in this chamber by myself and others, but were sadly fallen on deaf ears. Of course, the whole thing then exacerbates the issue of funding for our bus services, both to taxpayers and to bus users, as it will cost more to run, and that cost has to be met somewhere. And we've already seen that huge adjustment this year in funding into public transport from the Welsh Government, and the ongoing impact of default 20 miles per hour will only make this worse. Again, predicted by those in this chamber, predicted also by Professor Stuart Cole too, but again, fallen onto deaf ears. So it's clear in this evidence, we've seen again now in North Wales, that Welsh Government's public transport policy is failing the people we represent, especially my residents in North Wales. So I'd like to know, Llywydd, from the Deputy Minister today, if he's satisfied with these bus routes in North Wales being slashed, and what exactly he's going to do to fix the mess that's been made.